because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Now Roethlisberger to throw on second down. The throw to the left side, caught by Coleman. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
When you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
On third down, Roethlisberger. And going over the middle here to Curley. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. That one good for 7 as this long drive continues and the chains move again. Roethlisberger coming up with a 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. On first down, this is Ivory. That good for 19 and a first down.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
They'll try to run for it on 1st and goal. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. Roethlisberger. Looking for his tight end, Clay, and it's intercepted. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. He's at the 50. He's at the 30, 20, 10, and he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. But we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism, because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
Oh, I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on, come on.
Fine. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead is now 10-7. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Here's Taiwan Jones on the return. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. This offense trots back out there now, and as they do, Charles, one thing to point out that we saw a second ago are some of the new rules in the NFL this year regarding kickoffs.
Yeah, nowadays, the kickoff team, no more running starts. Remember that when you got to circle a guy around and here he goes? No more. You have to start, close to the ball. And when it's kicked, then you get to take off and go, so you can't build up your speed that way. Also, when you're returning it, remember those wedges that we used to say where guys would form together, 2 or 3 guys? No more of those. So it'd be a lot more man-on-man, one-on-one blocking. And also, they have rules about where people have to be when the ball's kicked, where they have to be when the ball's caught. So to me, it's much more like a punt return than it is an actual kickoff return. So I'm eager to see if teams now take their punt returners, those nifty guys who make people miss in the open field, and make them the kickoff returners as well, because I think you can still get big plays in this area if you have the right people back there.
It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
Here we go. Let's go now. Corner.
From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. He's going to rifle one deep left. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
Baltimore with good starting field position as they come up 1st and 10. The drive starts with a run by Collins. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, forget about finding a lane there. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Probably fortunate he was able to hold on to the football.
To throw on 2nd down. Jackson. That's complete. It's Collins. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that's going to make it 3rd down and 10.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Here's Jackson on 3rd down. Wiggles free, and they take him down. The Bills get to him. Kyle Williams in there to drop him for a 4-yard loss, and it'll be 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Baltimore after this. So on 4th down, the Ravens will call on Sam Cook to punt it away. And we'll see what he can do on the return. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. And here come the Bills. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. He's going to try and go deep again. And almost intercepted. It would have been his 2nd pick of the game. Instead, it'll be 2nd down. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
2nd and 10 now. It's Roethlisberger. Over the middle, the catch by Coleman. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 19 yards that time for number 19.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Roethlisberger now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10. A give to McCoy. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Not much happening there on 1st down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Now Roethlisberger. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Now Ben on 3rd and long. The pressure gets to him again. Terrell Suggs. And now the Ravens are going to take another timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. The Bills send the punter out as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Raven offense now, ready for another possession. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. He's got the hook up to John Brown on the right side. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. Here's Jackson. Flush to his right. Got some room at the 30. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. 16 yards on that one at a Raven first.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Jackson on 1st down. Oh, he can't hang on. That was a dream chance for any D lineman to possibly get a pick. But instead it falls down incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, Collins fights him off. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll check in for the first time with the newest member of our Madden family, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Bills now as they'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Focus, focus. Set! Like 80! Focus, focus.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Right side here, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
Set! White 80! Double, double. Switch. Double, double. Hurry up, let's go.
That'll set them back 5. So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And Big Ben intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
The catch is made by Kendall Wright. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore 1st down.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
Leopard! Watch it now, Barney! Barney! No. Check! Patriot! Patriot!
Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Detroit!
Play action. It's Jackson. And that's off the mark, incomplete. Kendall Wright, the intended target. And it's 3rd down.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Allen here on the screen. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore 1st down.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a 1st down.
And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Trent Murphy, the one to bring him down. On 2nd down, Jackson. He gets this one to Michael Crabtree. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards. This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half. 1st and 10. Here's a 1st down run with Collins. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
They go again with Collins.
And they'll get him down right around the 16. The linebacker Ryan Shazier there to make the tackle. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
The Ravens on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 8. From the gun on third down, Jackson. And this is complete. It's Allen. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Leopard!
They come out here in the eye. On 1st and goal, Collins. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. A pickup of 4 on 1st down. It'll be 2nd and goal.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Trying to punch it in with Collins. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that is going to set up 3rd and goal. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal.
Hey, we got 4 down.
3rd and goal, Jackson. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Trent Murphy in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to 4th down. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the 3rd quarter. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. He'll let it go deep for Curley. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call. Mark off the 5 and keep it moving.
A boost here to start the drive. After the penalty, it's 1st and 5. Following the penalty, it's Ivory. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Tackle made there by Tony Jefferson.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the past. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right. It might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
Here we go.
On 2nd down, Roethlisberger. Over the middle, complete. That's Coleman. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, You can't have those kind of plays.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. After the penalty, it's McCoy. And he's going to be brought down at about the 33-yard line. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Charles, I think sometimes maybe we take LaShawn McCoy for granted. Been in the league since 2009. He's played 12 or more games every season as a running back. 30 years old this year. What do you see for his future?
I still see a very bright future for him, and you're exactly right. We do kind of take him for granted. Remember, he was with Philadelphia. Then he goes to Buffalo. Buffalo goes through the playoff drought before last season. And the Eagles, they win a Super Bowl without him. So, yeah, we forget just how special he is. But I do think with his running style, he's got many more seasons left.
Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on. And this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. Now they'll throw it with Roethlisberger. And caught by Curley. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling him almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Terrell Suggs. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for him. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners who've had the receivers on lockdown.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
This is Collins on the handoff. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. Now Jackson on 2nd down. And this will be incomplete. Charles, thinking back to what you said in the first quarter, that part of the magic elixir for a road victory for these underdogs was going to be winning the turnover battle. Well, they only have one right now. Look at the scoreboard.
Yeah, not exactly playing to the form that I subscribed, right? When you talk about winning that turnover battle, that evens things out, especially for a road team, especially for a team that's an underdog.
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. And this is going to be incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. This is fielded at the 27. Might have needed just one more block as it stands. 37-yard return. And the Bills are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. The Bills offense coming out, ready to take over. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. Now Roethlisberger to throw. He'll air this one toward Coleman. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Roethlisberger will throw. It's complete right side to Benjamin. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the right hash, this from 48. And Hauschka's kick is good. And that will cut the lead back down to 3 at 13-10. So with that field goal, this one's now back within a field goal. Maybe not the ultimate result they wanted, but gets them that much closer.
This game is unfolding like a really good book, isn't it? Because I feel like there's a few more plot twists yet to be revealed before this one is over.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
On 2nd down, here's Jackson. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Teron Johnson able to pick it. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. Maybe he telegraphed it a little bit right there. You've got a cornerback knowing that he's going against a rookie quarterback. He stepped in and picked it.
You think he had a great week of preparation, looking forward to this opportunity? And the second part of that is, when you're a young quarterback, you are going to stare down targets, but oftentimes your playbook hasn't expanded to give you full field reads as well. Makes it a little bit tougher for him.
This give is to McCoy. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
And that run was memorable for only one reason. There's absolutely no place to run with the football. No gaps, no creases, no gain.
On 2nd down, here's Roethlisberger. And he slings one that's incomplete. Jeremy Curley, the intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
Out routes are always timing routes. And if the timing's off just a little bit, it can really throw off a play. It looked like he led him a little too much there.
Yeah, there was a fraction of a second because he caught it, just couldn't stay in bounds. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Roethlisberger. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Jeremy Curley with his first touchdown as a Buffalo Bill. And the Bills have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. Hauschka with the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Here's Hauschka now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And the Ravens taking the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a 1st down. Now Jackson on 1st down. Flushed out right. And some room to roam now. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And the Bills have recovered. It gained really good yardage, but that's what you tell your quarterbacks, right? Get down after you got the run.
You don't have to prove your toughness. You know, I think that's what a lot of coaches are trying to preach to their guys. Get the yardage, get down, protect the football, and protect yourself from extra hits as well.
They'll give it up to Ivory. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Now Roethlisberger to throw on second down. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And his defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. And that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And now before they run this fourth down play, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. The Bills send the punter out as he'll punt it away for the second time. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. The Ravens offense now, they get set to head back on the field. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, you know, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. This quarterback now 8 of 17 so far, so under 50%, but he's got it 1st and 10. Back to throw. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. 16 yards on that one and a Raven first.
That gets them the first down, but they've still got to move quickly here.
He'll look to throw. His throw incomplete. Michael Crabtree, the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark, really starts to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
They'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Kyle Williams in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hasn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense, I got it.
Yeah. See what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. And an Allen to run. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point, you have to have a splash play in there as well.
Down 4 late. Got to go for it here on 4th down. Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And defensively, that might just seal a Week 1 victory. And now out come the Bills. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. This first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, Week 1. You had the flyover, the big American flag out there before the game, all the hoopla, just having football back, so special.
It is an opening day, opening game. There's just nothing like it because you really build to a crescendo. But the best part for us is that crescendo lasts for a while. Opening game here, an entire season, we get into the playoffs, to the Super Bowl. I was really excited. I could barely sleep last night. I can't imagine being a player.
So for the Bills, not much to complain about here. They come in and steal a victory in a tough place to play on a Sunday night. And they will head home next week to take on the LA Chargers. Meanwhile,